This is for applicants that are looking to apply for the 491 or 190 visa in South Australia. Now, there are a couple of different streams, but you need to look at the requirements under each stream specifically. Because what I've noticed is that for different occupations, there's different requirements. So if you have a look here, this is the requirements for early childhood teacher. And this has been updated as of last week, so do check your other occupations. There's certain English requirements if you studied early childhood teaching. This is now similar to the requirements for the skills assessment. Previous last week, it was a little bit different. And remember, for South Australia this year, you're not applying for a direct state nomination. You first have to register your interest. Here are 5 things you probably didn't know about the incoming passenger card, which everyone needs to fill in when they arrive in Australia. First of all, if you don't declare properly, the maximum fine is $330,000. Yes, the same cost as a house. There's a list of items here that you must declare when you're coming into Australia. So if you're bringing these items in and you don't declare it and you purposely try to conceal it, so you hide it in your undies, that's when you can receive a very big fine. Second of all, you need to declare everything regardless of where you purchased it. So if you had honey from Australia, but you take it overseas to your trip in Vietnam and you come back with that honey, you still need to declare it. Thirdly, you definitely need to declare if you have a disease such as tuberculosis. It's on the form here. If you later apply for a visa in Australia and they found out that you did have this disease, then your visa can be cancelled. Fourth, you must accurately declare if you have any friends or family here in Australia. We had a client who came to Australia and then said she didn't know anybody, but then after she arrived, she lodged a partner visa here in Australia and claimed she had been in a relationship with this person for the last 2 years. Clearly, that's conflicting information with what was written on her incoming passenger card. Lastly, a lot of people don't know this, but these cards are actually kept on records. Immigration officers can access these cards at any point. Recently, one of our clients received a notice of intention to cancel their visa because they applied for a permanent visa here in Australia and they had a criminal record. In the notice of intention to cancel letter, they attached a photocopy of this incoming passenger card that the client declared and filled in 2017 when they arrived in Australia. So I don't know if people know this, but sometimes it's actually very hard to bring famous celebrities into Australia. Let me explain. So yes, a lot of international celebrities come to Australia to holiday. They also come to Australia to perform or to make a special appearance at an event. In this case, a lot of Australian entertainment companies will actually sponsor them and bring them to Australia. They apply for something called an entertainment visa. I had this client who loved to bring American rappers into Australia because it was very in line with what they did in their business. However, a lot of the celebrities that they wanted to bring over actually had serious criminal charges from overseas. It made it very hard to bring them to Australia. It would depend on the severity of the criminal charges and convictions, as well as they did any prison time. The visa we would usually apply for is the 40 entertainment visa. It allows Australian companies to be the sponsor to bring these celebrities to Australia to appear in television, to act in a film, or to even perform live at events. Being famous is very easy to just go ahead and Google their name and also see what they've been convicted of and charged of. Australia will not approve a visa if they've been convicted of a serious crime and they've been imprisoned. Victoria had their first invitation round yesterday, very exciting. We analysed our clients who did get an invitation. Here's what we found. First of all, there was invitations for the 190 and the 491 visa. So far, our clients who got invited were working in their nominated occupation, and all of them had superior English. Because they were working in their nominated occupation, all these applicants had claimed salary earnings in their registration of interest. For the 491 visa, our hospitality workers, such as hotel, motel manager, was invited. For the 190, definitely the healthcare workers were invited. And we also had engineers who are working in one of the target sectors who were invited as well. Oh, and also teachers, so secondary school teachers and early childhood teacher. We also noticed that the points weren't extremely high. For example, for the 491 visa, our applicants had 70 points, excluding the state nomination points. And for the 190, our applicants had 75 points or 85 points, which aren't extremely high. It was a small round yesterday, so I would say there's lots more invitation rounds to come. If you received an email saying that your ROI was eligible, but it wasn't selected, that just means you'll go in the draw for next round. It doesn't necessarily mean you're definitely going to be invited, but it's something to keep in mind. So yeah, those are definitely some of the tips that you can focus on if you're looking to get an invitation in Victoria. Have you heard about this? Australia and India have entered into a migration and mobility partnership arrangement. This is to support two-way mobility and migration between the two countries. So this new scheme is called MATES, M-A-T-E-S. You can check it out here. It was entered in on the 23rd of May 2023. This is huge. It will be open to Indian nationals aged 30 and younger. They must have proficient English, which is overall 6 with minimum 5 in each band. They must have graduated from the last 2 years from an eligible institution, and their qualification or bachelor's degree must be in one of these sectors. And the great thing about this is you don't need an Australian employer to sponsor you. You will be able to come to live and work in Australia for up to 2 years. And the pilot program will commence soon with over 3,000 places available. So you must have studied in an eligible institution in an area such as renewable energy, mining, artificial intelligence, and financial technology. You will also be able to bring your family members, which is excellent. We're still waiting on more information on when this pilot program will commence, but it looks like there will be about 3,000 positions available. And that's for the primary applicants only. It sounds like there's going to be so many new migration programs implemented soon, so stay tuned for more information.